am ringing in the new year with you all using my temple bell. Hi, everyone. Happy New Year. I hope you are enjoying a really delicious, yummy holiday season. Really taking this time to replenish your being, your body, your soul in all the ways possible. And may the 2025 is the year for you of greatest expansion, massive growth, and lots of fulfillment, because I know in my heart you give so much to people around you. And may everything you give to people, give to our world, comes back to you. I am just so excited to be on this call today, and to talk about energy and where the energy is in 2025 and how you can leverage this energy in your business offerings. First of all, I want to say that if you are in this group right now, if you're watching me live, say hi. Or if you watch a replay, do drop a hello. Let me know that you are here, and would love to connect with you. And if you are here in this group and anytime you come across this recording, I just want you to know that you matter here, and what an honor it is to walk on this path with you. The path that we are walking is never easy. We are, so many of us here are conscious leaders who are walking, growing, really coming in tune with their multidimensional nature, and really bringing all this wealth of knowledge in these 3D structures, which is, oh my gosh, such an act of balance. And my deepest bow to you for all the work you do. And please know that you are seen and acknowledged in this group. This is a very supportive community, and I am here not only to welcome you in this tribe, but also to offer support whatever you need here, whether it's energetic support or business support, strategic support, healing support, whatever you need in your path of creating these beautiful, meaningful opportunities and offerings for your clientele, for your community. I'm here to support that. And I stay committed to that going into 2025. That is the biggest thing for me, biggest commitment I am making. And I'm always afraid of visibility in this way, and I'm always afraid of not keeping my commitments. But I want to tell you that my secret intention, which I know is no more secret anymore, is to actually go live every day in this group. And I know it's a huge undertaking, but my intention is to go live every day. At least this month, I want to do it 365 days, but you can see my little hesitation. What if you fail, Shakti? Well, if I fail, I fail. Okay, whatever. I'm going all in. I'm playing all out. I will be visible in this group every single day of 2025, bringing to you very practical tips, bringing to you very practical teachings, support, guidance, Q&As, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to be showing up every single day to serve you to the best of my abilities. And that is the commitment I'm making to myself and to this community. So I want to begin by just touching on the energetics of right now. As we are landing in the new year, I am kind of feeling a lot of collective dark night of the soul taking place. I know I am going through this, something so intense. And I know so many people out there are going through very drastic changes in their life. And what's really happening energetically is that our personal relationship with our own self is resetting in a massive way. And if you think about it, everything else in world, whether it's your personal relationship, your marriage, your relationship with your kids, your business, relationship with your business, your relationship with your clients, your parents, your friends, your communities, everything is a mirror of that one relationship. And that is a relationship that you share with yourself. And as I'm saying it, I'm actually downloading some really beautiful epiphany here for my own journey. I'm going through a massive dark night of the soul. I thought I did my spiritual awakening once in 2012, and it's a one-time thing. But if you're spiritual, you're constantly growing, you're constantly expanding, you're constantly propelling, evolving into your embodiment of your soul. So I am going through something really major in my personal relationship where I'm learning to claim space more, and that means my permission to see myself and hear myself is actually growing so much more. My presence is deepening quite a bit too, and there's a lot of change happening in other people's lives too. So if you are going through something really intense, maybe dark night of the soul, maybe that word is not clear to you, maybe it's not as intense as dark night of the soul, but whatever you're going through, whatever change and transformation you're going through, I just want you to know that there is support available in this community. There's support available from me. If chatting with somebody can be helpful, please know that we're here to hold space for you as a community, and offer our prayers so that there is ease and gentleness in your process. So there's a lot of change happening. There's massive change happening. I'm personally overcoming a really deep rejection wound in my space, and that makes it makes it very hard for me to access vulnerability, because I feel like I will be rejected for being who I am. This is the age of the Aquarius, and we are overcoming some really big stuff. In this age of Aquarius in 2025, there's only one intention, and that is come into your full authenticity, come into completely nakedness of who you are, and live in this world from that place. Let others see you from that place. Let yourself feel you from that place. Full authenticity. And as I kind of look at the energy of 2025, and I'm kind of real time, transmitting this, whatever I'm seeing in my clairvoyance space, I'm seeing that there is a lot of harmony and a sacred marriage between your body and your spirit. And what does that mean is that up until this point, your body kind of experienced what your ancestry path was, and your ancestry gave to you. Your body experienced stuff that your parents experienced, or grandparents experienced, all kinds of stuff, right? That we didn't have much control over. And then we had soul, who kept bringing in the expansiveness and kept bringing us in the field of potentiality. And what I'm seeing is that there's a sacred marriage taking place, where this field of repeating the past, the field of predictability, and the field of potentiality, what else is out there to manifest and experience, they're merging into one, creating a very powerful sacred marriage. So that everything you experience, everything you say, there is not only that duality of I don't like it, but also I now also have a very clear way of overcoming it. So there's more choice that's coming to people. I'm also recognizing that there are a lot of power leaks in our space, in each of our space. We leak power like crazy. And when we leak power, is when we don't know how to actually make use of that choice. And one example of leaking that power is, the moment we're born, everybody else is taking care of us, and we learn to depend on other people for our needs. We learn to depend on our partners for love in our life, giving more love, our kids to help us like find wisdom, right? Or have a good time, lean on our friends for some things. And what happens in every time we step into codependency with people around us, we start leaking our power like crazy. And this is where a lot of gray area opens up in our awareness, give up where we give up this authenticity, where we are kind of derailed from our authenticity, and we give up being the source of love for our own self. And that is a pretty massive shift taking place right now and also going into 2025. I'm also seeing right now is that there is a portal open in 2025 where a lot of souls are going to be exiting the world. And it is, they're mainly new souls who don't know how to uh, fully be here, and they're resistant to a lot of changes that are happening on the planet. And there's a pretty big portal, an exit portal, open right now, which is going to it's already activated. It's going to peak in February timeframe, is what I'm seeing. And by end of February, it's going to start clean up, and souls are going to exit. And I'm also seeing going into the spring equinox, the spring kind of creation portal, a lot of these souls are going to say, I am done. There's no place for me. I don't fit in. I don't understand. I don't know how to relate with myself. In a way, Gaia is shifting. So that is going to be a pretty big shift. And what I'm tuning in is that people are going to transition from a place of confusion within themselves, confusion around these changes, but the people around them are going to feel the grief of their transition, but there's such a deeper understanding of letting people go with grace. So back in the days, right? Just a decade ago, when somebody passed, it used to be such a big turmoil, an experience of turmoil. And now I'm seeing more and more people who are willing to stay on earth to really they're going to hold space really well. And it'll be much of a quicker, graceful process, easier process to help other people transition. That's something I'm seeing. I'm also seeing there will be a group of souls who are going to stay on earth, and they're again part of the new soul group. And I'm also seeing that they will stay, but there will be a lot of confusion in the world. And I'm actually seeing like good 50% of the world is what I'm seeing here, who will be very much confused about what do they do, how do they integrate these collective shifts in themselves. It's going to come up more as a from a place of mindset, from a place of having a lot of thoughts and not knowing how to actually control those thoughts. And a lot of these people don't know much about energy, and they're going to go through their struggle. And if you remember what your awakening was when you walked on the path, how did you awaken? That was not pretty, right? So think about our world going through their own awakening processes, not knowing what is awakening, not knowing what is energy, not knowing how thoughts and why thoughts come up the way they do, why feelings come up, and how these thoughts and feelings actually create their reality. And what I am sensing is that your work in 2025 can be very valuable if it's centered around educating people how to actually make sense of transitions, how to make sense of these changes that take place within themselves, and their sensitivity and their awareness, their sensitivity deepening around these changes, and them being aware of these different thoughts and feelings, and what can they do. So I'm really seeing that it's going to be big body of work if you can help people educate around transformation and these transitions and the inner landscape changing. I'm also seeing a lot of the old souls and people, like souls that have been around, and I'm making very loose classifications here, but I'm seeing that souls who will end up staying on earth are going to really have a blast with growth, and these souls are very used to growing, evolving, they're used to shifting, and your work can be really powerful around embodiment, helping them take what they know deep inside, like really bring that out, all that remembrance that is buried inside them, and helping them embody their truth, embody their wisdom, is going to be very powerful body of work. The name of the game this year is going to be embodiment. Not only what you know is too true, but actually can you live by it? And if you can do that, if you can facilitate those type of shifts for people, for your client base, you're going to really be, offer very valuable services to people. Anything that has to do with helping people come back in their power, overcoming their power leaks, helping people love themselves, accept themselves so fully, helping people really develop a calmer mindset, that's going to be really important, helping them come into their body, very important, and taking kind of all of this, I'm sure I'm missing a few things here and there. Psychic development, very important. Understanding of energy, how to actually work the energy, how to use energetic tools, very, very important. How to own your self-worth, how to have deeper intimacy, how to really be healthy this year, how to not given to these power struggles. These are all awesome topics to really dive deep into. And this is not new. If you think about it, we've been doing this work for years. But what is different this year is that it's so much more important to bring all of this, your work actually, into very tangible results, to really ground into 3D structures. And 3D structures not only are important in, hey, what's the tagline of your program and how are you communicating your marketing, but so much more important than actually you first realizing with your work, how is somebody's life changing? What is somebody walking away with very tangible result from your work? And that's going to be very important, because unless you come to that realization of what is the value of your work, no one will. And then without you coming home to and owning the value of your work, the words in the marketing kind of feel like meh, they feel flat. So it's just so important that we start thinking about how do you facilitate these transformations according to the collective themes, and still hold very, very tangible results on the back end, so that you can hold this value without any wobbliness, without any shakiness, and you can confidently speak up, share about your work, get paid. Just one more thing, I'm also sensing that this year we're going to step into our neutrality more. And if you think about, how you be neutral, how you be in harmony with yourself, there is like place of just being so connected to your emotions, to your sensitivity, and also helping your body liberate them, helping your body hone in on emotional intelligence, come into your power. So this year, these themes of masculine, feminine equality, emotions, mindset, you know, creativity and structures, right? Being in the flow and going by plan. This, all of this needs equality, all of this needs balance. And anytime you create curriculum or offers or programs for your audience, for your clientele, I invite you to not only think about what is that one thing you want them to hone in on, but also what is a counterpart of it. So if you have a program to help women come into their feminine flow, well, you gotta also think about teaching them what can they do when they're bumping against structures that are so rigid, right? Or how can the feminine flow can have some sort of um, structure that feels safe for the feminine to get into their flow more. I don't know if any of this is making sense, but think about the polarities coming together. And the more your work can help touch on both polarities and create a balance, the more you're going to actually make your work very accessible for the masses. And that's important because this world does not want to live in polarities anymore. It does not want to live in my work is for feminine only and this is the only way it goes, or my work is going in this way and this is the only way it goes. Balance is the name of the game. So the call of the hour is to, for you as facilitators, transformational leaders, is to speak to different extremes, different perspectives, different viewpoints, and help your audience, help your clientele actually prep for all different scenarios. And that is how you can make your work very, very accessible to your audience. So this is what I had to share about 2025 energetics and how you can start to leverage them in creating offerings for your audience. I would love to take questions. If anybody has questions, please drop them in the comments. I do also want to share that I have a very special opportunity to work with me for 3 days. We are kicking off the Eye of the Storm container, which is mastery in personal leadership and personal power. And these 3 days are going to help you really anchor on how you can navigate through any level of chaos, any level of storm using your personal power. How can you not lose your center? And whether your personal storm is, hey, Shakti, I'm just so busy in my life and I don't know where my time goes, or I don't know how I parent, or I'm having a hard time with my relationship, or business is not growing, or I don't know what to do next, whatever that chaos is in your life right now, in your business right now, whatever that storm is, however you define it is perfect. But it's really learning a very important skill of what happens when you feel like you don't have power, or you just have to do the way you're kind of being kind of propelled towards going instead of you having a choice. The whole intention of the series is to bringing you in a place of choice, bringing you in a place where you get to call the shots of what happens, how things go in your life, just one moment at a time. And if the series is calling you, please let me know. I also want to share that if you're going through a change, this series is going to be a really good one for you to join. If you are not yet going through a change, but you're aware of some level of misalignment, a disconnect in your life right now, the series is amazing for you to join. And if you are somebody who struggle with validating them yourself, or are aware of any level of power leakages happening in your life, but you really want to feel your power, then this is the place for you to be. We're starting on January 8th and we're gonna go until January 10th. at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And the investment for this 3-day series is only $111, and that's it. And you get to keep the recordings and you get to come together as a group, do some deep work. We're going to do a very powerful activation on day number 2 where energy starts to move and you start to open up more access to your power. And I'm just excited to see what unfolds for you. This is all I have to share today. I will be back online live tomorrow to share about a very important topic around your business. Stay tuned.